What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about two concealed carry oriented Glocks that are both chambered in 380. And now there's many reasons why people use 380, whether it's the size, recoil, impulse, stuff like that. There's many people who carry 380 on the daily and trust it. Let me know in the comments why or why not to use 380 or a pistol like this. And before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and show off the pistol because people say I can't sit still. So I'm really working on just showing off the pistol just so you guys can see everything about it. It's basically a Glock 26, 27, 33, or 39. That's the 28. Here's the 42. Obviously I added grips to the 42, Ameriglow I-dot sights, this back plate from Millspin just because it looked cool, and a base plate from NDZ to allow me, to get a full two-finger purchase on that pistol. Anyways, the Glock 28. It sort of sounds weird saying it because for so long I only talked about the 26, 27, 33, and 39, and that's because you could not get the 28. The 28 was restricted for import based off the point system with Glocks and 380s. Therefore, when you look at the 42, you're going to realize something. You're going to see a little logo, and that means this was made here in the U.S. in their Smyrna, Georgia location. And then also you look at the Glock 28 and you realize, why has this pistol been out almost 30 years and it's just now come to the U.S. this last year? Well, that's because of that point system, and once again, it's made here in America. If this was still being made overseas, we would not be getting the Glock 28. Now, what is the Glock 28? It is a subcompact Glock, and the subcompact Glocks are the 26, 27, 28, 33, and 39. The 42 is not subcompact. The 43 is not subcompact. Glock also considers the 29 and 30 subcompacts, even though they are a bit larger than these. But what does that mean? Basically, using this frame and some of the internals, if you swap out the ejector and the upper, you can basically have any of those subcompact Glocks I just mentioned, other than the 30 and 29, because like I said, they are a different size. So it's a pretty versatile frame and parts and stuff like that. But anyways, it is 10+1 of 380. Like I said, looks just like a Glock 26, has no rail. And honestly, this was a confusing release for me. I get why they did it for people like me who love the subcompacts and for people who want a small 380 that handles recoil like a champion, because this thing has no recoil. It's like shooting a 22 long rifle. But at the same time, it wasn't exciting. And forget the $500 price tag with no rail, no texturing, crappy sights that I even still have on there because I don't carry this thing. It was sort of a very interesting release. But overall, when it comes down to it, the ergonomics are the same as a 26, so it fits my hand pretty well. Shootability is off the charts with this handgun. It is accurate. It's on point. There's very little recoil. Now, mine was unreliable. I got taken care of. And I've also been talking to a lot of people in the comments whenever I make a video about the 28, and I've mixed reviews. Some people have thousands of rounds, not a single hiccup. Other people have a couple issues or just got it fixed using the same guide rod, swapping out the guide rod from Glock, and now it runs. So not sure what that's about. I'm not sure why it's so picky, but that seems to be the case. It seems to be just one of those situations where it's a Glock. They haven't released it or made it in America yet, and maybe that's why, but I'm not a big fan of the release of the 28 because it was very rough, to be honest. Other than that, I have nothing aftermarket on here except for the base plate, and that's just so I can identify it in my safe. But I have put a significant amount of rounds to this thing, actually over 1,000 rounds. And like I said, was unreliable for hundreds of rounds, got it fixed, and it's been reliable the last 500, 600 rounds. Now it eats hollow points, it eats extreme defenders. I'm not sure what else I've been... Oh yeah, Civil Liberty Defense rounds. It takes the 380 and the extreme penetrators from Underwood as well. It has taken a lot of different defensive ammo and actually ran it. So I'm not sure what that whole problem was about. But other than that, this is probably one of the fastest shooting guns for its size. It is so small, 10+1 of 380, and it's an absolute shooter. And that's why people like it. If you have problems with your hands, pain in your hands, you work with your hands, and you're looking for something that's just going to be a very smooth shooting handgun that's similar to a 26, but maybe the 26 has a little too much recoil, this is the way to go. But at the same time, you lose a lot of versatility because there's only one other mag you can use with this, and it's a 15 round mag, which you can use with an X grip and all that. It'll still work, but it's 15 rounds, and that's your biggest mag. Whereas the Glock 26, you have up to a 33 round mag, which isn't the biggest deal when it comes to concealed carry, because 15+1's about perfect. So overall, this is a great shooting handgun for someone who's newer to firearms, has problem with their hands, or just want a really fast shooting handgun. In my opinion, you'll be able to get rounds off extremely fast and accurate with this handgun if it came to self-defense, and that's why you buy this pistol. So the Glock 28 does definitely have a reason out there in this market, but for me, it just isn't my choice of carry. But it is a good shooting handgun. Next up is the 380 that I carry a bit more. This is my Glock 42. This thing tends to stay in a pocket holster, loaded, one in the head in the safe, ready to go. And then whenever I'm going and pocket carrying or whatever, I literally just take it out, put it in my hog holster, and this is what I carry. It's only 6+1 of 380, but where it wins is its size, right? We got 10+1 on the right, 6+1 on the left. Yes, this is, longer in the grip, but look at how thin it is. I mean, that's unbelievable, and that is where the 42 wins, in my opinion. Obviously, the 28 is a much better shooter, but the 48 wins from being a Glock that has Glock reliability, but it is so tiny and thin, and it just disappears. Now, you can pocket carry these, but it's very rare that I do it or have seen it, and you need usually like some Carhartt pants, like what I use at work. But the 42 can basically fit into almost every single pocket, in sweatpants, gym shorts, jeans. It just tends to fit. I've pocket carried this a lot, and I actually really enjoy it because for its size, for how tiny it is as a pocket pistol, it is very smooth. It's not like shooting the Glock 28, but it's very smooth, and for some reason, I just shoot it really well. Now, once again, another thing that people have told me with their 42s, they have seen issues. So, buy at your own, discretion and make sure you test your firearms. But I've also heard issues about hollow points in the 42. So far, so good with every hollow point I've ran through this. Sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather. But it's actually been a really solid pistol. And that's why I made that video saying this is the Glock I never knew I needed. I have the 43. I have all the bigger Glocks, the subcompacts. But I didn't know I needed a pocket pistol from Glock. And the reason why I like it is the finish is dang near perfect for pocket carry because Glocks just don't tend to rust. They do get scratched, but they don't really rust. And then on top of that, Glock reliability. Plenty of pocket holsters out there, and I actually use a hog holster stash holster for it, and it works just great. But even with how thin this thing is and how tiny, you still get a really good grip on it. It's really weird. I know a lot of women like this handgun, but this is just an awesome pocket pistol to have because a lot of pocket pistols are so thin or small that they have a really weird grip, where I feel like this is just a thinned down version of the Glock 43. Therefore, it fits the hand pretty well. Now, you're only going to get 2 fingers on it. That's normal, but it is in 380 and has very minimal recoil. It's definitely a better shooter than like my Bodyguard, my Spectrum, stuff like that, but it's also a little bit bigger than your average pocket pistol. It's somewhere between a single stack and a true pocket pistol, which is actually pretty nice because that helps with its overall shootability. But anyways, 2 380 Glocks, one I use actually a lot, one I just take to the range and shoot and draw from the holster with. 2 awesome options, very similar in footprint, but where everything starts to change is in width, weight, and length. But overall, 2 good handguns in my opinion. Would love to see a Glock 28 Gen 5, but I know that's probably not going to happen. I would like to see Glock just go in a different direction. Maybe Gen 6, throw a rail on it, some better texturing, maybe thin it down a little bit. I think that'd be really cool to see the subcompacts from Glock go in a different direction. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and shoot, even drop a new pocket pistol Glock, or like something like the LCP Max Glock, Glock style. That would absolutely be sick if you could get 10 rounds out of this tiny pistol. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.